So I was on TikTok last night and randomly just watching funny shit, and all of a sudden it was like conspiracy theories about ancient societies.
You get sucked down those quicker.
I don't know what
I don't
happened,
know what you did.
I don't know what I've clicked on, but I tried to get out of it, and then it's gone to oh, you can't say that word anymore. But the shot that makes you all skinny.
Oh, well, it's causing blindness.
That and what was the other one?
No,
it was
the
that and
O
something
one.
else.
Yeah, the O one.
Yeah.
Well, the
Everyone's gone
W one
blind,
apparently is causing gallbladder stones.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Everything's
The O one
given
has
to shit
been
this
linked
week.
to a risk of blindness.
Well,
Great.
makes watching this show easier then.
Is this thing on?
He blinds and fat.
Yeah, in the famous words of one of the commenters, we're back and our show is still shit. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, squirrels and nuts, whatever you may be. We are here again. We're like a bad case of coleslaw that never goes completely. We're always hanging on the lip, especially on date night. Welcome to Uncensored Radio Live for another week. We are here. I've got a menagerie of maniacal morons with us today.
Is this thing on?
All
What
right.
the hell was that?
is it on?
Ghost in the Machine.
Is it on? Shit.
I was doing so well. It's been so professional then, and then just like
This thing
something
on?
happened. Oh, Jeffrey,
You get
the
for
voice-
calling us morons.
they're my morons. So we're all stupid.
Oh,
We're all dumb bitches. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Oh,
Oh,
you
no.
Vera.
I'm gonna
I
spice it
know,
up.
right?
I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna go in order today. I'm gonna spice it up. Who will I talk to first? It's gonna be this one. Hey guys,
How did I know?
Because I love you.
I know?
how have you been? How's your week?
We've been busy this week for this show.
We
haven't
don't want to talk about it yet because we
I'm
haven't.
not talking about it.
Thank you.
I'm just saying we've been busy. So you
Thank
need
you.
to calm your farm, have a Bex, and lay down. Yeah, no, look, I've been just busy. I work a lot. It's my daughter's ballet exam stuff today. So yay, we have to go and get new shoes and all this other stuff. And she's got tonsillitis on top, and she still has to show up. So here we go. Aside from that, what else is new? I got called, I think I said it last time, I got called a gay cunt in the street. It was nice. I also got asked yesterday, have I made myself accountable to Jesus? This was by someone else that may or may not have been affected by methamphetamines.
Oh.
Oh.
Sensitive topic after last week.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So have you made yourself right with Jesus?
I don't know. I think it'll be good. He hasn't killed me yet, so I'm still here. I'm here.
The I'm here t-shirt. That's what we should
A
do
win is
next.
a win.
Win is a win.
Yes, that's the attitude we like to hear from. That's
Hey.
the positive attitude we like, Christina. How are you, my love?
I am wonderful. Oh, it's been a week. What the fuck can I say? Let's see. Saturday, I had my daughter's birthday party with her friends, and an hour and a half into it, it just torrential downpoured. And I live in a shoebox, so everybody was outside under a tiny little tent, trying not to get soaked. But it was fun anyway. We had a good time. And work is just absolute shit lately, and it's gonna just go downhill next week because we're transferring over to the old bank, and a lot of system changes, a lot of issues. It's just gonna be great. It's just gonna be great. So,
I can't believe our resident suburban dad didn't have like some kind of tarp system like rigged up straight away for you with the rain coming.
I thought her husband, the plumber, would handle the water, but no, I didn't. Actually, tarp was like the one. Actually, I found a tarp cleaning out the basement yesterday, but it wouldn't have been big enough to do anything. But I have been adulting this week. It's
Oh my God, are you okay?
On a week from today, we're having solar panels installed. 2 weeks after that, we're having new gutters, trim, and fascia put on the house. And then the day after that, we're having 2 new doors installed. So our house will be as efficient as we can make it as of September 1st. So
it'll be like one of those houses in The Purge. You'll be all like ready.
That's the idea, because I think it's coming.
Yeah,
It's coming. So I don't have a gun license. I'm not a gun owner, so I got a bunch of sharp blades and throwing hatchets now. I just been stocking up on, just to protect the house.
I
And
really
I
hope
you dig a moat around it. That works too. Put gators in it.
and electric eels.
I was gonna ask you guys if you could, send some parcels my way with baby gators and
crocodiles. You want crocodiles, not gators. Crocodiles are more aggressive.
I want the big salties, So
I reckon we need a training montage of Tim in the backyard doing the full Miyagi.
You only need one of those big hunter spiders, and they'll scare everybody away.
I'm not afraid of spiders, but like something like that. Like if I feel like I can't punch it and win, then I don't want anything to do with it. You know what I mean? Like even an alligator or a bear, I'm like, oh, I could punch that and maybe wrestle my way out of it. I mean, honestly, I couldn't. But if I think that, then I feel like I'm not afraid of it. Like little snakes, terrified. Anaconda, let's go. Yeah, no, I know. They're terrifying. Fucking terrifying. It's like the alien things that put the.
I was in the shower
mouth.
once, and there was a huntsman on the shower screen on the outside. I was only a teenager, and the scream that come out of me, believe it or not, I scream like a woman. And I'm like,
I do believe it.
And the whole family came into the shower, and there's nothing worse than being a teenage boy being seen naked by your whole family, but it was the lesser of two evils at the time. I'm like, get this fucking spider away!
There's nothing more terrifying though when you're like going about your day, like, awesome, and then all of a sudden you're driving, and it's like, and you have to take a second and go, is it on the inside of the car or is it on the outside of the car? Do I swerve and crash into a wall and H style?
And
like take us all out? But no.
Oh, hey. There she is.
A friend of mine, a lady I worked with, had a brown snake on her windshield as she was driving on a highway, and she didn't see it. Then she would have crashed and died if she thought. She was terrified of snakes. But when she got home, her daughter pulled in the driveway and just pulled her mother out of the car because she knew her mother would have went mental and drove through the wall of the house otherwise if she knew there was a snake there.
There was a story maybe 2 years ago now of a guy that worked out in the outback, and he got into his car and was like driving around and didn't realize that in the footwell there was a huge brown snake. And he's like, and they are like deadly, like you're fucked, especially in the middle of nowhere. So he's like, and I had to just drive but not make too much motion. Then I had to pull over and think about how to get out of the car. It was terrifying stuff.
Oh my God!
Great segue to ask Vera how she is. Speaking of pretty fucked, how have you been, Vera?
Well, I was gonna say it didn't kill her, but it has made her stronger. Our Lady V is back.
It hasn't killed me or made me stronger. It just made me so fucking tired.
Kelly Clarkson's a liar.
What's happened to you, V? Tell the viewers.
Well, some of you may remember that several weeks back I had a little bout of listeria. Ate a deli sandwich at a drug rep lunch that was bad.
No.
And then this past weekend was my class reunion. And the next day we had a baby shower for the family. And somewhere between those two places, I got COVID.
Oh,
And
no.
I think because I was already worn down from the listeria, it just hit me like a truck.
So, Vera,
Yeah.
you're saying that you may have had COVID at your class reunion. You may be responsible for knocking off some of your class.
No, I think I
No.
got it at my class.
Oh, okay. So
reunion.
it's someone's
think
trying to sit out the herd.
Just by the timeline from when the symptoms started, it was either the class reunion or the bridal baby
who
shower
can
the
tell?
next day.
Who can tell these days?
Well,
Fucking babies.
Well, at
Yeah.
least you're still in the running to win that prize money, Vera. Remember,
Exactly.
outlive the rest of your class.
I am.
That should have been. Yeah.
We're like 50 members of our class have already passed away.
Wow.
I know. We're not that old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get started, kids, just want to make a little bit of a statement / announcement, or not announcement.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's all good. I'm calm. So for those of us that are tuning in and have been tuning in, the name of our network should probably suggest the content that we create and the opinions that we express. So Uncensored Radio, since its beginning, has been a place for people to express their points of view in a valid and hopefully eloquent and fact-supported kind of way.
But often with the fuck word.
Yeah, with a lot of with a lot of passion, which is what we,
with some fuck.
I love that the people that we have are passionate about things, and sometimes I get passionate about things. And if you are easily offended, we're probably not the best place for you, and I appreciate that. Just saying, freedom of speech works in every way possible. So that's the beauty of this show. We support freedom of speech that is not hate-based, violence-based, full of ignorance. We want everyone to be as informed as they can be about everything. It's about learning. That's how we're going to be a better planet. We're going to try and survive the next couple of months.
We all have very varied opinions on here too, don't we, Steve? Like no one person speaks for the show. Like everyone comes with their own life experience, and it's a conversation. It's what podcasts used to be before they became so, can't change lanes here, gotta say this, can't say that. Like we've never subscribed to that. We've just always been ourselves, and unapologetically. And sometimes we might be wrong about something. We're quite happy to be educated on it, but not abused or anything like that.
And conversely, we do try not to be abusive to others.
We do. We try. We try. Oh, thank you so much. Celtic Dragon Paranormal Investigations. I wonder if you're friends with our friends. We are all right. With all of that public service announcement shit done, should we get to what we really do and just talk shit about stuff that's happened this week?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go. You, Katrina A. Johnson.
Hot load of hot topics.
Still Tim's favorite part of the show. Just the smile every time he's on his lap. All's right with the world. It's okay. Look, it's a shitty week. It's been a shitty week. Shit's hitting the fan and the floor,
or the river,
and the wall, and the river. Thank you for getting my segue. I hate to say we told you so.
We did tell you so.
Everyone, we've been talking about this for a month before probably even longer than a month before the Olympics. But surprise, surprise, competitors in this year's Olympic Games are getting sick from swimming in the sand. Now, the E. coli cases are going through the roof. It's like, oh dear.
I love that they said all the levels were safe.
What?
Yeah,
the Olympic Triathlon Committee had a meeting last week to discuss the fact that several swimmers had gotten sick in the race last week at the start. And so they decided, among them, that the Triathlon Committee, that there was acceptable levels of E. coli and the races could continue.
Hold up.
What's
the acceptable level of E. coli?
I don't know. I think it's kind of like the acceptable level of flea larva and canned goods.
Let's put it in perspective. though, like lots of bottled water that people seem to prefer to tap water. There's been a lot of like there's E. coli traces in that bottled water that we all drink. So
Right, and like
unfortunately,
there's
shitty water everywhere.
Yeah, and there's flea larvae in the canned goods that they serve us.
I'm gonna fucking throw up.
I'm sorry.
I love
As long as it's like as long as you don't like cup shit as you stroke through the water, you're not cupping actual shit. It's okay.
So, can I give you a quote from one of the athletes from Belgium? Her name is Jolien Vermeulen. Yeah. She says, "I drank a lot of water, so we'll know if I'm sick or not. It doesn't taste like Coca-Cola or Sprite, of course. While swimming under the bridge, I felt and saw things that we shouldn't talk or think about too much." Oh God! The sand has been dirty. The sand has been dirty for 100 years, so they can't say the safety of the athletes is in priority. That's bullshit, and it possibly could have been, quite literally. Like, felt and saw is not like
felt and saw. That and saw.
Where would they have had this triathlon if like? The thing
Normally they will find like if you're not near a natural waterway, they will build something, right?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like I don't remember, or I can't remember. Not that I'm a big triathlon follower, but like I don't remember ever there being like, oh hey, in Athens in 2004 that they were swimming in the River Styx, which I know is not.
I believe in Athens 2004 they actually swam in the ocean.
Yeah, it's basically an ocean.
Yeah, right. Okay. I know France has a coastline, so and some of it's really nice.
It's not close to Paris.
Oh, shut up about that. Not you. I mean them. Not you. I mean them. But
Hold on. Sorry, Tim. 1 second. They have to hold the swimming race in the city, but they're happy to go to fucking Tahiti for the surfing.
And I gotta tell you, that Tahiti surf looks more dangerous than any surf. And I'm an Olympic
fucked up shit, isn't
addict.
That's dangerous.
That looks fucking dangerous. It's like I'm surprised none of those.
When the Winter Olympics were in Utah, I remember them being like, "Oh, it's technically like this event's being held like X amount of miles away," or it wasn't all like within Salt Lake City limitz.
Right.
So like that, right? That's. You would think, given that this was a major issue beforehand, that they'd be like, maybe we find a different spot to hold this event, just in case.
Right.
But fuck.
Well, as an triathlete myself,
I'll try anything.
I would think, swimming in shitty water that you know is probably still fucked up. Like you got to know that that's going to just take out a whole heap of Olympians. Like what do you think the outcome of that's going to be? Yeah, they'll recover because they're in usually peak condition. They'll just shit themselves for a while. But why take that risk when you could just relocate to a coastline?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how could you put that
or a lake? I mean, there've been a couple of Olympics where the triathlon's been held at a lake. You can't tell me there's no lakes near Paris. So I can't name one.
I just don't understand the. I just don't understand the. I don't know. Maybe it's all some big French art conspiracy. They go, see, life is shit. Let us smoke, my darling. Like I just can't figure it out. I'm like, why would you put anyone in that kind of? Yeah, they're like, I will show you how shitty life is. They're always so
fuck with our bacchanal. We will fuck with your swimmers.
Yes. You'll kiss the E. coli. And eat some stinky cheese. It's nice. It's nice. But there's drama all around. Like if it's not your back half getting you in trouble, it's your front half.
Oh yeah, baby.
It's been a very good Olympics for purveyors of fine meat, I guess we'll say.
Can I say though? Okay, this is the argument I'm seeing all over Facebook and Reddit. Is there's been a very objective sexualization of the male athletes at this Olympics, and they're saying if they were doing that to the women, it wouldn't be okay. But I'm like,
who
haven't
fucking
we
who? Do
always-
you see what those fucking beach volleyball women have to fucking wear? They're out there in
Yeah.
goddamn bikinis.
Right,
Fuck
yeah.
off.
Not even that, but I saw a meme today that said, I'm only going to watch the women's jumping from now on because their shorts are bathing suits. And this girl's ass was fucking delicious. Like, I mean, a fresh fucking peach. And you can't tell me that nobody is objectifying, not everybody in this fucking Olympics. It doesn't make any. What is it for?
Right,
I mean, come on.
Like, isn't that the
Exactly.
point of the Olympics? Like, let's go
it's
back
thousands of
years.
people in skimpy athletic wear. You're going to
Yeah.
tell me that
Yeah.
everybody isn't watching something for other than sports?
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I saw Brazil-Sweden beach volleyball the other day, and I don't even know what game they were playing. I just turned on the television, and I sat there in an empty house for like an hour and a half. I have no idea who won. I have no idea what happened. I was in my fucking glory. In my glory.
Well,
I
I mean,
watched that
they were
pole vaulting
naked.
video 85 times.
the fucking
Were they naked?
hurdlers, every single hurdler, male and female, had shorts straight up their ass. There were plenty
Oh,
of
yeah.
peaches on display.
But we're not talking about peaches
I'm
at the
tell-
moment.
if I
We are
find that
talking
video, I'm gonna
for
send
the
it
people
to
that are
chat.
listening,
It
because
was
we always forget that the
delicious.
people are listening. We are talking about French pole vaulter Anthony Amoretti, who has been denied his Olympic glory because of his own personal glory. I've got to say, it doesn't look like it tickled.
I can't imagine it did.
No.
His feet, his legs did hit the bar first, but then the old
His leg did
package
hit the
caught
bar.
on the
Then
way
the
out,
third
but-
leg hit it too.
Yeah,
It
it
was-
was three legs.
His third leg.
It was the third leg that pulled it down.
It was the third
Yeah.
leg that brought it all undone. But
Yeah.
like the commentary is very interesting. He said like his cup grazed. I was like, that's not a cup.
That isn't a
Yeah.
cup.
I know a dick in lycra when I see a dick in lycra. That's a dick in
Yeah.
lycra.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking jiggling all over the map. There's no way a couple holding that thing.
Speaking of it was really funny
It
to
was
watch.
like a
like,
happy
the board.
brown snake in the front seat of
Like,
the car. Are you
yeah.
kidding me?
Very funny because over here, like we have.
There's no way.
I have to find the picture. Just talk about keep talking because
Talking
I want
amongst
Wacky
yourselves.
rally inflatable tube man, you know. Come on.
Yes, exactly.
And
Look,
quite frankly, some of those hurdlers were not wearing cups either.
Right.
How can I'm telling you as an athlete, I don't know who else played any sport at all in their lives, but by the time you're 16 years old, that cup bullshit goes right out the window because it prohibits you from performing athletically. Like I've played sports all through like up and through college, and junior varsity sports, it is like, you wearing a cup? No, I'm not wearing a cup. I can't run if I'm in a cup. I can't do this if I'm in a cup. Like, it stops you. There's no way any of these athletes are wearing any sort of protection or covering because all it does is impede your performance. It really does. It sucks. It's
Yeah.
annoying to wear.
And that's when you want to shine.
Wait, does the
and that's
round
when
part
you
go
need to
down?
Do your best.
No,
Wait,
the pointy part goes
hair?
down.
I don't know anything
Oh.
about cups.
It's like, you know, it's like an inverted triangle. So the pointy part goes
Yeah.
towards the bottom. Like,
Yeah.
it's supposed to cup underneath your testicles.
Like hold your
the
dick
cup-
They
in.
used to try and make us wear
Right,
them for
right.
like taekwondo tournaments when I would compete back when I was doing martial arts every day of my life, and it would it was uncomfortable, and you know you'd come out of like a side kick or something, come down, and you'd feel it like crush into your groin. It
Yeah.
was shit. So yeah, most people then would be like, I'm not wearing the cup, and you're not meant to kick someone in the genitals anyway, so you just
Right.
take
The
it.
genitals.
Well, it's like, you know, they talk about there was all that joke about baseball players for a while in the 90s where it's like all baseball players do is touch their junk and spit. It's like, no, because they're constantly fiddling with the cup because all it does is fucking pinch your nuts.
They're
So you're constantly
rearranging
pulling
a
it
few
back
things.
up. Yeah, it's annoying as shit.
Yeah,
You're getting
and,
your
I can't find a
folds
good
back
enough
in
photo.
place.
But the other
It was
pole
interesting
vaulter
to watch
jumps
the
off the
morning
thing
TV show
to the
coverage here
record.
because we have a former Olympian that does the morning show here called Matt Shervington, and the thing that Matt is famous for is his third leg smacking because he was a runner. So every time you watch Matt's races, all you see is like someone swatting flies away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweat and fly. It's like,
Come on. And don't be on the TV too. I'll be like,
yeah. Where's that 3D TV when you need it? Come on, girl.
where's it going? Where's it
Okay.
going?
But anyway, the real story is that he's starting to be made offers for his talent, for his third
Wait,
talent.
Matt Shervington's not. This is the pole
Not Matt
vaulter being
Shervington,
offered.
Anthony Amoroso is being Pop Soda, the you know, it's where you go to watch porn. Let's not pretend it's not. It like dresses itself up like it's some kind of
Adult
social media app.
content.
What'd you
Adult
say?
content. It's offered him
Pop Soda?
200 yeah. It's
Never heard of
offered $250,000 for a 30-minute video.
Of him
Wow.
doing what?
What do you think?
Whatever the
I don't
fuck he
know.
wants to.
Whatever the fuck he wants with his big old schlong out. But
Yeah, who gives a
I
shit?
feel like he could get more money, right?
250.
That's
You
a
would
match
think
for
that
250
you would
grand?
think that you would think that after that,
That's a world famous poll now.
that's a world famous poll. But you would think after all that international exposure, he could do an OnlyFans and just make all the money himself.
Well, not
Yeah,
really,
they
because
are.
OnlyFans takes commission. So
Well,
Well,
He'd make a
not the
lot
kind
more-
of- yeah.
I don't
Maybe
know.
the
I think
200
once
you
you
know,
go
the
down
owner
that
of the
limelight-
Pop Sugar is definitely counting on this making more than a
I
quarter
honestly-
million.
I think he takes himself too seriously as an athlete and his career as an athlete to even consider that. That's just.
but
Actually-
isn't this the thing where no one knew who he was before this? And this is
Yeah,
all he's known for now.
I mean, I don't know how much money's being made in the professional pole vaulting circuit. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like there's a lot of athletes who have 9-to-5 jobs and just train for the year and a half leading up to the Olympics. You know, so for all we know, he's selling cars. You know, for the other 2.5 years. So I mean,
Yeah.
to do, you know what I mean? To do something you do for free anyway on your own time. Why not? You know.
Yeah. So actually, before the show, I was on Instagram and I
I don't know where we're
saw
going
that,
with this,
like,
Christina.
Oh, I was on Instagram also.
I was on
Pornhub.
Pornhub. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Pornhub. That's what I hear. That's what I use. I don't know. I've never heard of Pop Soda before, but whatever. Anyway, so I was on Instagram and it said like he's
Soda
speaking
can?
out now about his members. Soda can, pop can. What'd you call it?
No, soda can. It's good.
So he said he was speaking out about his member now. And like you swipe over, it's because it's like one of those little stories you have to swipe over. And it's him by the pole vault. And he goes, it's really disappointing. Like, I guess, again, we're all like making this big thing.
Guilty.
No. But it's like really disappointing because again, like we're all making it seem like again he could be on Pornhub and do porn, but this poor guy. What if he has like a curve in it?
Well,
like it's the universe's way of humbling us all, right? The universe will find a way to humble you.
That's his fucking legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
now
like
that's
You don't
he's
get to
always
choose
going
it.
to be the pole vaulter who knocked the pole over with his own pole.
What's the
Pole
phrase?
on
You don't
pole.
get to choose greatness. Greatness is thrust onto you or into you at some
Thrust
point.
Oh,
into
it's
the
truly
pole.
thrust.
Thrust. See, people are having like a hard time, but the Olympics is really hard, especially if you're Serena Williams.
Really hard.
Oh, poor
Oh,
Serena.
yeah.
Boo-hoo.
Bring her though. She
Could
looks
eat lunch.
immaculate.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
does look
Your
immaculate.
stylist gets like an A+. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. But Serena is, I guess, showing her privilege, right?
Exactly. I love Serena, but
Why is she a white male now?
she
Yeah,
does
no.
no, but she doesn't.
You're acting like one now.
She
Just
doesn't
rich.
get to demand a seat at a booked restaurant.
Yeah.
It's
I
bad
think
form
She
She
to
showed up to a
expect.
restaurant.
this
She saw
fucking
empty
story because
seats
it's
there,
so
so
ridiculous.
couldn't understand why they were telling her no. You can't. There's no available space. Apparently, the empty part she was looking at was actually booked for a private function. So she went to Instagram or X, was it? I think it was X.
X,
and had a bit of a
X. It
tantrum.
was X.
Yeah.
Well,
about
like,
how
so it just
they
proves
turn
that
her and her
it proves
children away.
everyone's the same, isn't it? She's like, oh, I'm just going to badmouth this
Well,
place.
It happened to Pink here, Steve. Remember at an RSL. An RSL.
But they've actually-
even a
they've actually
prestigious place, and
responded.
They literally had no seats. Yeah.
Did you?
The restaurant has responded. Do you want me to read the response? So
You can.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So she said, "Yikes at Peninsula Paris. I've been denied access to rooftop to eat in an empty restaurant of nicer places, but never with my kids. Always a first." She put. They have responded. So like this is not like just some dinky restaurant. The Peninsula has hotels in New York, Beijing, and Beverly Hills. Dear Mrs. Williams, please accept our deepest apologies for the disappointment you encountered tonight. Unfortunately, our rooftop bar was indeed fully booked, and only unoccupied tables we saw belonged to our gourmet restaurant, blah blah blah, which was fully reserved. Like, is
Can
it
I
really
say
like
something?
that hard to just go somewhere else?
Is it that hard to
She's
make a
a tennis
reservation?
player.
Yeah.
Okay. She's a tennis player. Like, I could get, like, if she was like, I don't fucking know who else. She's a famous tennis player. What
She's
do
a
you fucking
billionaire.
do? Again, go somewhere else. Yeah, she could eat anywhere she wants. Why did she have to go to this place and then bash them because they couldn't sit her? Why? Are you the fucking president? Like,
How hard is
move
it
the
to make
fuck
a
on.
reservation? Make a reservation.
right.
Call ahead.
Call ahead. Doesn't she have an assistant to do this shit for her?
Yeah,
Like,
or a
Get
nanny.
your people to
Come
do it.
on.
oh,
Just a
you're
tangent.
a little
Just
spoiled bitch.
a little tangent on what Chrissy just said. Which I love because she's a tennis player. She's a tennis player. She is currently the third overall best athlete ever, ahead of Tom Brady, Wayne Gretzky, and Mike Tyson. So I just want to point that out for a tennis player.
And this is why we need. This is why we need a straight man.
She's also one of the richest female athletes in the world.
No, don't get me wrong.
But-
She's a phenomenal
but
athlete.
I wanna talk
I
about-
like her.
The privilege that was on display at this Olympics. You could not watch anything without seeing, Tom Cruise was there.
Rich white folk
Fucking
everywhere.
Tom Brady was there. Rich people everywhere. It was just full of rich white privilege.
Christina's being murdered by the look of her. She's like,
Somebody's screaming outside, like bloody fucking murder. I don't know. Whatever.
If anything
Coming
happens, take
outside
the
my
camera.
house the other
If
day.
anything happens,
Oh,
take
I
the
will.
camera. We'll be famous one day, Christina. Where is it? She's
She
certainly
didn't
not
make
in
it to the
Paris.
Olympics.
Yeah, she'll make it.
I don't mean to call her just a tennis player. I'm just saying, again, it was just,
No, you're right.
it's a
That's
spoiled
the funny
move.
part.
It's a spoiled.
It,
It's spoiled.
Yeah.
it was.
I'd like to remind everybody of the girl who posted on TikTok the fact that she told Adam Sandler and his kids that they didn't have a table for him and that it would be like an hour wait. He was like, "Oh, all right," and he walked out to go somewhere else. And then they stopped him like, "No, we'll have a table for you. We didn't realize who you were." And he's like, "No, it's not that big of a deal. I'll just go somewhere else."
Yeah.
And it just shows you the,
Humility.
that entitlement. Like what you think. It's what happens when someone's not told no their entire lives, and then they're told, "Sorry, we can't accommodate you." Like,
my concern
your
is
money's
though,
just as green as everybody else's.
if she's made a bit of a scene about this too and carried on in front of her children, like what are their children going to grow up to be unless they're just going to be entitled to brats? Like, and I don't want to say that, but I just did. And I was like,
So
It is a
clearly you
conversation
didn't
a
want
better
to.
example, and she's fucking seen the world, man. Like, you know how to conduct yourself in different places, and you just don't do that. It's poor form.
Yeah.
Just like on the court. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we should
She's
be
great
really
tennis player.
trying to encourage, each other to treat each other with kindness and understanding. But some of the biggest hits in the Olympics have been outside the boxing ring dramatically. Now, this story got a lot of coverage on our page with a lot of opinions. So, Luke, you posted it. Do you want to talk a little bit about this one?
Sure. Okay, so this is Algerian-born boxer and representing Algeria, Ayman Khalif. Ayman, I don't know, Ayman, I imagine, or Amani.
Ayman, I think.
Ayman. Okay. And she,
I know,
so
man.
she's a boxer that's competing in the Olympics now. During her first fight, she fought a Italian boxer. I've already forgotten her name. Sorry about that. I think it's Carisi or something.
We all forgot it.
Anyway, she got punched in the face and
Khaleesi.
she just stopped the match and was like, "This is not fair," and had the big tantrum and cried.
It's
Apparently, she's
boxing.
known for this. Well, she's done this before, so it's a stunt that she pulls a few times. But then there was all this doubt then cast on Imani's born gender. That, like, the accusations were made that she was born a man or that she was born with XY chromosomes and etc. etc. And it all blew up. Everyone was happy to run with narratives that supported their own biases, I guess. And it turns out that there's nothing officially released about this at all. But I would think just for the fact that she was born in
the
Algeria,
Olympic Committee made a statement.
Oh, okay.
There was
So
the
what's the update,
official
V?
medical officer for the Olympic Committee. I've been sick for 10 days. I saw a lot of Olympics. The official medical doctor for the Olympics made a statement saying that this is a cisgender female and that there was not a trans athlete playing in the boxing ring.
There you go. See, and just for the people who lack common sense, in Algeria, it's illegal to be a homosexual. Transitioning is completely banned and illegal as well. So I very highly doubt Algeria would send a transgendered individual to represent their country when they're completely against that.
And just to like piggyback off Luke, just to piggyback off Luke,
Algeria.
we're not saying that all gay people are trans or all trans people are gay.
No.
But
there are plenty of countries in this world where being trans is a reason to be put to death.
I imagine many trans people in Algeria have just gone missing.
Yeah. Many trans people in Russia have just gone missing.
Many people in Russia have gone missing. That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say. But I just think it's very telling of the world that we are currently in, that there's a point of view expressed and so many people are willing to just jump on it straight away and go, oh, well, that's unfair for a man to fight a woman in the boxing match, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
Luke.
Can I start with like maybe an unpopular opinion? It's 2024. Why are we still punching people in the face for sport?
Because some people enjoy.
I don't get it.
I mean,
I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, not from the hetero male perspective, and someone who did. I fought mixed martial arts for quite a while. It's boxing is like the oldest professional sport that there is, and there's no true or better test of, it's literally you versus the other person in hand-to-hand combat, and it's I know that it may seem dated, but it's the most unchanged sport since the original Greek Olympics. So I think that there's a level of purity in that. No, yeah, but I mean wrestling. They're hand in hand. You know what I mean? Like it's the same type of thing.
Right.
But that's
can I just say too, and I think it's a little bit of a male thing, and I'm saying this as quite an effeminate male. As part of my training now, we do a lot of jiu-jitsu and have to choke each other out and stuff like that. There is this sense of there's some camaraderie there, but it's also like you feel good after you've just got, like, you fucking made that person tap out. Like, there is something about it that people enjoy. And
dude, I'll tell you what, I've lost a couple of fights, and there's like being hit in the face is just as, it sounds so stupid saying it out loud actually, but being hit in the face like that, like being hit is rewarding in itself. It really is, because like Luke said, it's like a camaraderie. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it is just a stupid male like association with things, but it's like to be able to shake that person's hand after you're done is like, yeah. I don't know. It's rewarding.
Really, I want to trust people on a different level. Like, I
want to make
something else.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I want to change. I want to change the direction a little bit too, just like Tim did. This Olympics showcases men and women of all different shapes and sizes. The women go from Simone Biles to shut up, Steve.
I'm making up for lack of Jeffrey. Sorry.
Simone Biles, who's like 4 foot nothing, to the rugby players and the female basketball players that are 6'4". You know, it's like there's no one feminine body. The male athletes go from the gymnasts who are tiny little things to the basketball players who are 7 foot.
And
You know,
you're carrying on about
that's
my
a really good
body
point,
looks like a man. You would think if you
But
trained
look at some of
boxing
those-
since you were a child, yeah, you would be
Look
quite
at-
muscular, right?
That
her
woman
build
on
is
the U.S.
actually-
rugby team,
yeah.
she's a beast. She's
But did you
phenomenal.
see
I
her
love
in a
watching
dress?
it.
Did you
I
see her?
love watching it. Oh yeah, no, I gotta
She's
watch
fucking
myself.
hot in a dress.
But her, and then there's one that's on New Zealand. I think is the team that she's on, which makes sense, right? Because they're the best rugby players in the world. But I mean, some of these women are like powerhouses, and it's amazing to watch women of that stature compete at such a high level. You know what I mean? Like there is something to be said about all shapes and sizes competing at this level.
Yes, yes.
You know,
And I also grew up during the Soviet domination of the Olympics, where the doping programs just turned out these.
when they had mustaches, when the women actually had
But
mustaches.
yeah, these women, they looked like who's the character in Matilda, the school marm?
Mrs.
Oh,
Trunchbull.
Trunchbull.
They all looked like Trunchbull, with the hair on their lips and big, huge muscles. And
Who's it? Katie Ledecky? She's like 18 feet tall. Isn't she the swimmer?
Yeah.
She's big. She's got big shoulders.
yeah.
I do love all the memes and stuff that are coming out about Simone Biles jumping, like what she can jump as high as. It's like
She's 4
she's like 12
foot
feet
tall, and
tall.
she can
She was like-
jump 12 feet in the air.
yeah, they're saying
Yeah.
it's as large as a Spirit Halloween house skeleton. It's as large as like six Tom Cruises, or like it's like a unit of measurement now. How high Simone Biles can jump. It's great. I like that this can be human, and she's just like considering like the shit that she's been through. I remember back a couple of years ago when she was a traitor and like let her team down by refusing to compete and and now she's the most awarded female gymnast, isn't she? Like she's smashing it out. So just just shut the fuck up.
But
unless you're there, what does it matter?
Let's talk about how many female athletes have shown such incredible sportsmanship this Olympics.
It's nice to see. We're not seeing that.
Simone was favored to take gold, and when she lost to Andrade, I didn't get to see it because I slept through it because of the COVID, but I saw the award ceremony.
COVID.
But the two women bowed to her, and the passing of the torch, and the athletes are respectful, and they all congratulate the other athletes that win against them.
I could give two rounded fucks about the Olympics usually, but I caught a couple of things on TV. Do you know what I have a new respect for after watching it?
What?
Synchronized fucking swimming.
Oh my god,
that shit
is crazy.
I was
I would too. That was fucking insane.
I would if they were making me move my legs that quickly and get out of that water and up and down and down. I would shit myself. Literally,
and they're like in 6 feet of water. They're in 6 feet of water. How do they propel themselves 2 feet out of the
air?
Yeah,
insane. Insane.
Wrong.
It's like, what the hell stroke? What the hell kick could that be?
Yeah, that's an egg beater kick for the fucking
life. Baseball for that shit.
That's insane. And I watched some of the skateboarding too. I was like, that's intense. I don't know.
Breakdancing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Breakdancing. You're worried about boxing? You're worried about boxing and breakdancing is an Olympic fucking sport? Jesus Christ. Holy shit. It's like,
I understand
breakdancing. Throw in there just so we win golds. You know what I mean? It's like when the X Games started, like, Sean White, what can you compete in? Snowboarding, make it an Olympic event. What can you compete in? Half-pipe, make it an Olympic event.
How many times the Australians have beat our fucking ass in those made-up sports that we put in the Olympics to get more gold.
I think everyone's going to be surprised that the breakdancing probably will not go. The breakdancing probably won't go to a
I love
Western
Belinda
nation.
Carlisle.
I bet you it doesn't
I
go
do
to
too.
a Western nation.
We got the
Well,
beat.
there has been bigger drama this week than the Olympics, believe it or
The
not.
Olympics?
Yeah.
What?
Really?
Bit of an announcement that might have,
Oh,
Now.
yeah.
took
Hey.
up
What
a
was
race.
that?
Fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for World War III.
What?
Kamala Harris has
Oh.
picked her
World War
running
III.
mate. Now, look, before we get into it, I really like him.
I like him
He's
too.
a sassy lady. I'm like, oh, you're saying things.
Has anybody followed the
cute.
hashtag Big Daddy Energy?
No.
I'm
Oh
seeing
my
it around.
God, it just
I'm
cracks
seeing
me
it
up.
around, yeah.
So all right.
Go for it. If she's got
don't know who
feelings.
this guy is. I don't know who this guy is. I've never heard of him before. I'm not a big politics person either.
Did you know who J.D. Vance was before?
No.
Nope.
No. Did you? Okay.
No, I didn't. No. And I'm sorry if I'm sorry. But
No, I
this
don't
is-
care. You don't have to
your
apologize.
education
You
system
don't
has
have to
failed me, right?
apologize. No.
And I don't watch news. I work all motherfucking day. Like, come on. So I don't know this guy. So from an outside opinion, a non-Biden supporter, and honestly, I don't like Kamala either. But I just have to say, I think she just picked the guy that most people would like. And from what I've heard, that he's like America's dad or some shit. Like he's the guy who's gonna come and like change everybody's tires or like
His
teach everybody
first
how to
job
change
is
their
going to
oil.
be to set the thermostat in the White House.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
So
a likable
and
guy.
change it.
65.
Like I saw
They
so
need
many memes about this
likable-
guy, and it's just.
Trust with Trump, right?
Isn't
So
that
I just
is
feel
that-
like
I-
Kamala is really just.
isn't that
Just-
refreshing? Like,
Yeah,
is that
I
not
love
a
it.
refreshing energy to have
I
someone that
love it.
actually
Yeah, so
Well,
why did he
because-
run for fucking president?
JD Vance?
I don't.
'Cause
get
nobody
Kamala.
knows who he
I don't
is.
need her.
The thing that I know about him is he fucked a couch.
Yeah. Actually, he
I don't
didn't
know.
fuck
I
the
know about
couch.
JD
That was
Vance.
proven to be false.
I know, but we're talking about things like reputations that follow us.
That's why
Like
I'm
for the
covering
pole
my
vault-
cough when I'm
for
the
the
only
pole
person in the
vaulter
house.
guy. You know what I mean? Things follow you, and it's been interesting to watch only on this thing because again, I'm not sitting there watching news either. Like I don't have that kind
Yeah,
of time.
no, I don't do that.
One of the reasons
Watching-
I didn't write a rant this week is I have
Watching the-
not been watching news.
Watching the climate change on the political stuff that does come through on my algorithm, and then changing your algorithm by clicking on some other things just to keep things on. I think this is like again we were like in like sweeps week for America. This is like we've added a mystery new guest star. It's like
We've
who is
signed on
this
for a new
person?
season.
Yeah, it's like oh my
We've
god.
been signed on for season 4.
Are we gonna get a season renewal of America?
Yes,
It's like,
I
what's
think so.
happening? It's crazy.
I
We're
It
still a
is.
couple-
don't think Kamala has what it takes to run this country.
I
has
think
got
she
her
has
heavy
more than
clouds.
Trump ever had. She is so much more
Yeah.
educated. She has so much more policy experience.
Well,
She has
if-
so much
No,
more
she doesn't.
professional experience.
Mm,
I think Kamala can do it. But
If
she does
you
not-
don't have to
yeah.
trust her. That's your choice. You are allowed to disagree with me.
it's not even about trusting her or anything like that. It's just that I look at where she was in the Democratic primaries in 2020, where she dropped out because she couldn't compete in the first primary. Tulsi Gabbard pretty much embarrassed her in that first debate, and she didn't even win a delegate. She wasn't awarded any delegates in that primary, and she dropped out of the race. And it wasn't until that following August that Biden brought her on. But it's just one of those things where, to me, it's like the Democratic Party right now. It's like, so no one trusted her enough to even make it to the finals of the primaries in 2020.
Well,
But
she's
now all of
got
a
a
sudden
whole
she's
lot
the
more
answer for the
experience than
country.
she had in 2020.
What's that? I'm sorry.
She's got a whole lot more different experience than she had in 2020.
Yeah, no, I understand. Like being borders are, and only being to the border one time in 3 years that she was appointed to that role.
Yeah, that's actually
She
a Fox
hasn't been
News
to the
talking
border.
point that's not for real. She was never
Well,
appointed border czar.
But if you I saw today House Bill 253 or whatever it was. And it said that she was appointed that role in March of 2021. And up until the following March of 23, when she was put in charge of the border policies, she had only visited that border once during that whole term.
Kick-ass bipartisan border improvement bill that was ready to pass both houses that got nixed in the 11th hour by Donald Trump because he intended to run on the border.
But she never went to the border. She never
Do you have to go to the border to know what's going on there?
Wouldn't you want to?
If you have a team of
they
people.
yelled at Trump for not being there when the kids were in cages.
Yeah.
No, they yelled at Trump for putting the kids in the cages. Period.
That was actually the Obama
physically
plan.
Grab them?
Somebody posted it in the Obama administration, but the Obama administration said, no, this is too radical. We cannot do this. But then Stephen Miller, who was on the Trump team, enacted it when Trump was in office. It was never enacted before Trump went into office. And it was abominable. I mean, as I talked about in my last rant 3 weeks ago, everybody knows that we need these immigrants to come in and do this work. Our economy collapsed without a migrant labor force. And we know that so much that in Project 2025, the most conservative document created in this country in 100 fucking years, they have a special exclusion for corporations and businessmen needing to hire migrant laborers for a low-wage labor force. And this is in a document that already includes provisions that lower the minimum wage across the country, that lower labor negotiations, the ability to unionize across the country, that already attacks labor on so many fronts and still leaves that back door open for rich men to hire migrant laborers. Nobody can fix that border until we fix our economy. We are dependent on migrant laborers. Otherwise, tomatoes would cost $15 a fucking tomato.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about migrant workers. I'm talking about people who are coming across and raping 12-year-old girls in Texas.
That's a myth. Migrants are not raping people. No, they're not committing crimes any higher than the rate of normal American citizens. Period. It's been proven time and time again.
Yes,
yes,
okay.
You can pick five migrants that committed murder and committed rape. You can find them. They do exist. But there's a reason women are picking the bear. Rape and murder are happening every fucking day at alarming rates. But nobody's getting mad about it because they're not brown skinned.
I'm not saying that they don't occur every day. I'm not saying that. But it's a lot different when you're letting murderers and rapists in unvetted versus people who are already here and are under the system.
The actual immigration across the border is down. Biden has deported more people than Trump has. These are actual facts that you can look up. They're foilable. You can look them up. He has deported more people than Trump did.
How are we going to
They're getting vetted.
If we have slews of people coming in and we are paying them or putting them up in hotels, giving them a stipend for $600 a day or whatever the fuck it was to eat their 3 meals and do all these things, giving them health insurance. What the fuck?
We're not.
Why don't I get anything? I get.
We're not giving them health insurance. We're not giving them the right to vote.
And I have 2 fucking kids, and I have a fucking mortgage. But go ahead. Can I go to any other fucking country and get this goddamn treatment? No.
Yes.
So why are we doing it here?
Yes, you could.
Because we're America?
No, you can go to other countries and get this treatment. We are not the only country that accepts
you're not
migrants.
the only country that does this. You're not the only country that
You can go to other countries. You can ask for asylum in another country.
Yeah, we do actually. They do. Asylum seekers.
They do.
In Australia, we have built whole villages of places for people to live at the government and taxpayers' expenses.
In Australia, though, we've now got a failing health system that can't support the current demand. So there are very much downfalls of just bringing in an increasing
there's downfalls, but it's not
what I'm trying to say. It's not a singular problem. It's not just an American problem. It's not just Joe Biden's problem. It's
a problem
worldwide. Just like the economy is worldwide. Everybody's paying more for hamburger.
But
It's
there's
not
ways
something that
to
the Democrats
regulate
did.
these
It's not
things.
something that Trump could regulate. Everybody's paying more for hamburger, and
And it's not a
everybody
short-
has migrants.
The thing is, it's not a short-term fix either. It's not something that you're going to fix with an election. It's something that will be fixed in 10 years.
Or more like 30.
Yeah, you know, like, it's not going to happen just because you vote for one person. You've got to think about long-term effects of, you know, this is all run on from administrations past, like our current situation where everyone's paying through the nose for everything, and home owners are getting forced out of their own homes because they can't afford to live there anymore. It's like,
and this
what
is
kind of
part
world are we living in?
Welcome to New York.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not just an American
It's not
problem.
just the United States.
Yeah.
It's
You know?
everywhere. So
it is everywhere. There are people in England. The reason they rioted in England last week, and you probably don't know they rioted in England last week.
Yeah, because not on the news, is it?
Yeah, I saw it. We saw
the
it.
reason they rioted in England last week because they were accusing a migrant of attacking that school with the Taylor Swift dance program, when actually it wasn't a migrant, it was a naturalized British citizen.
He
You
was a
know,
second
but they
generation
attacked that migrant
though.
hotel,
His family,
and
his parents were migrants. That's why.
Yeah, but you can't blame that on an attack. This
No,
kid
you
was
can't, but
radicalized
that's why
online.
I'm
So
saying what their
that's part of
mindset
the
was.
problem.
I'm not saying,
that's part of the
I was
problem.
going to
Going,
join
well,
them.
he was a migrant, so that's part of the
you
problem.
know, every migrant is evil. And the minute you find one that commits a crime, it proves your point. Even though there are hundreds and thousands of naturalized citizens committing these same crimes in this country every fucking day.
Let's just put a cap on this by saying that everyone on the panel, everyone here on the panel, to my knowledge, has
Trump
immigrated somewhere for like in their generation or in their background. So you know,
that's since the 1600s.
We all got here somehow. Yeah, it's all good. We all got here somehow because we're running out of time. So we need to kind of wrap it up. There was horrible things happening in pools. We'll just cover some stories quickly. Zac Efron nearly died.
I know.
Oh, okay.
You think he's hooked to
What
drugs?
was his medical event? What was this medical
Well,
event?
this is the thing. He had a medical event and was found in a pool.
Was it the same medical event that Matt Perry had?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Really?
Like he had to be dragged out of the pool unresponsive, from what I hear.
Yeah.
Like that's a
But
few
I heard
minutes.
he was like at Skrillex's house or something, like afterwards, or
Well,
whoever
this
it was.
yeah, this is the thing. He's been on this fucking world. Like he's been saying, well, recently that he's had substance abuse issues, and he's now on this fucking. He was in Ibiza. He was at Skrillex's house. He was in the Greek islands. He's places where things happen, you know.
Oh yeah.
And then he's found unresponsive in a pool, but nothing's being said. Like there's no official anything. It's like, oh, I don't know about that. It's not cool. Like I hope that for his sake, I hope that he can get his shit like together because.
But is he ever going to be able to fix his face?
It's a pretty cool. Like he seems like a pretty nice dude.
But he's looking pretty beat to shit lately, and that makes sense.
He fucked his face with plastic surgery.
Yeah, he totally
or an accident. We don't know. If we already didn't want to see Christina angry, like I have to do it because Christina's already been angry once. But this is going to drive her over the edge.
I'm not even angry.
Britney Spears'
Christina
biography.
I am with Christina on this. We do entirely too much Britney.
We haven't done it in weeks, but anyway, this is big news because
she hasn't been relevant in years.
Universal have won the rights to her biography, and the movie's being produced and directed by John M. Chu. Like, he's going to come off the back of one of the biggest movies probably in history when Wicked comes out. Let's be honest, and like. That's
John M. Chu did Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, it's not like Betty fucking Boofoo from down the street. That's
if she's not going to be in it, I don't want to see it.
Maybe she'll be there going, hell. But I want to just quickly, before we leave, we've got to say RIP to Aerosmith.
I know. That's sad.
Why?
They've had to retire because of Steven
Tyler's
Tyler.
voice is shot.
Oh yeah. Okay, got it.
They were in
They've
the middle
retired.
of the farewell
Remember that.
tour, not happening.
They ended the farewell tour.
Yeah, they ended the farewell tour, and I haven't seen this covered anywhere, but I guess it's just happened.
Excuse me.
That nothing can usually stop Taylor Swift except for fucking terrorism.
That was actually the Austrian police shut that down. That was not her.
But can you imagine? Like, look at the attendance of this concert worldwide. If there was a terrorist attack, there would be probably hundreds, if not thousands, of people.
The guy said, yeah, there wasn't an Ariana Grande.
But that's what I'm saying.
But the guy said specifically in his confession that his intention was to kill as many people as possible, and he knew this was where to do it.
Well, let's look at looking at attendance records in Australia. In I think it was Melbourne, she had 80,000 people at one show.
Mm-hmm.
One show on the tour. And a terrorist attack on one of those shows. With chemical weapons,
they found chemicals.
That's the
they
scary
found chemicals in the house of the guy.
Fuck that, man. That's fucked up.
What was his reason? Is his motive been explained?
He was radicalized online by ISIS.
There we go.
Same as the Ariana boom booms.
But
we can always. Oh, sorry, totally irrelevant. I just saw one of those little news things this afternoon. It said that hundreds had to be hospitalized today in Texas because a water park opened today, and because of a mix of chemicals, there was hazardous fumes.
Gases. Yeah, and, that's probably chlorine, right? Chlorine related.
Oh, but they probably upped the chemical quotient because water parks are notorious.
So much piss.
E. coli and urine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, we started with shitty water. We're going to end with shitty water. I mean, it brings us all together. We've got to go in. We talked about this when Jeffrey was talking about going to the theme parks last week, wasn't it? You've got to just put it in the back of your mind. You're like, yes.
Oh, yeah. It was a
human waste on me now. Oh, it was when you took your daughter. That's right.
Yeah.
There is human waste all over me, but I'm going to have a good time. And that's a good attitude to have in life.
Usually chemated. It's usually hit with chemicals. But not to the point where it burns people's skin. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much chlorine in that water. I really wasn't.
I'd go in it just to get my roots done.
Yours would go green.
Nothing for my hair.
It's all good. We've all had worse things in our mouth. So it's okay. That's it. The chlorine's the problem for all of Tim's problems. He used to be an Olympic swimmer.
Shitty water and then too much chlorine.
Look at what they did to that. Look at what they did to our boy. Da, da, da.
It didn't affect your chin, though. That's all good.
No, my chin and my
it
ass.
Looks like the thing that hit the pole.
My chin and my ass.
Take your hat off.
Chin and my ass. At least you look good with no hair.
Trying to kill me today, Christina.
Yes, I do get quite a amount of compliments on my shape.
If I have to shave my head ever, I'm going to look like Dr. Bizarro. Ooh,
huge like Sinead O'Connor.
Who's that actor that's in all the scary movies? The The Hills Have Eyes and stuff. That tall guy.
Yeah, that's who I'll look like, but it's a real short version of him. That's what's going to happen.
I thought you go like this is my good hand.
Take the strong hand, child. Take the strong hand. But make sure you take our strong hand into next week. We'll be doing the same stuff again. I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot more shit floating down our river. So until next time, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming with your mouth closed, preferably. Bye, y'all. before we go, I would be remiss not to tell this story because I noticed my mother is watching the show. She had an encounter in a ocean bath once. So at the beach, she was like,
Oh.
big old dookie.
Oh,
The
fuck.
ocean? Oh.
Big old ocean shit.
Ah,
Leave yourself with
I'm
that
leaving.
this week.
Dear
That's
Lord.
terrible.
No, you leave that with yourself.